What up, though?
Welcome to Woman Crush
Every
Every Day,
day.
where we discuss queer media, especially when it is black and especially when it is woman. I'm your host, Tang B, aka Sean B. Scribe.
And I'm your host, Allison, aka Al Woo.
And today we are going to discuss Keke Palmer as a lesbian in Pimp and Nope. But first,
subscribe. You know the drill. If you're interested in this conversation, in this repository of intellectual thought around black queer characters in media, you know what to do. Tap in with the tribe and let us know what you're watching.
Absolutely. And we come at you when we can come at you, so you need to be subscribed so you can know when we drop this content.
Hit them notifications.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
We come to you pretty much. That's what we saying.
That's all we saying.
But you got to ask for us. All right. So we are going to talk about two movies, Pimp and Nope. Both starring Keke Palmer. Both starring Keke Palmer as, surprise, surprise,
a lesbian.
What? Oh. So, Pimp you can find on Amazon Prime. I think it's in a few other places too. Nope, you can find in theaters right now.
Yep.
Pimp comes from Christine Krukos.
Yes. Written and directed by Christine Krukos.
She's a white woman. She's the former lover of Mel B.
We found out in some research because I'm like, who is this? Who wrote this? Who made this happen?
Let you feel fine.
This Christine Krukos, who was in a 5-year relationship with Mel B.
Yeah,
I was blown. Like, my mind was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, this is also.
I never liked Spice Girls. This just confirmed.
Don't come for the Spice Girls.
Look,
okay,
we can get into that later.
I wanted to be Baby Spice. People always told me I had to be Scary Spice, and I think that was racist.
And yes, it was racist.
It was, but I do have love for Mel B, so kick it to the front if you're having a good time.
You actually don't even have a shoe on right now.
I don't.
Wow.
Okay.
She's turned. All right, so let's go into, well, where do we start? All right, so.
Oh, and Nope. Nope is Jordan Peele's new film, so you kind of get the realm of
the
where
world
that's gonna
of
be.
Jordan Peele's mind, kind of creepy, kind of like futuristic, kind of like cryptic, kind of all of this stuff, but like black people.
Yeah.
Bam.
Boom.
So, all right.
Let's talk about them.
So, what was your favorite part of both Pimp and Nope?
Oh. Okay, I'm going to start with Nope. My favorite part in Nope is when OJ, who is one of the main characters of the story, he has a horse ranch, and they have horses that get featured in movies, so horses that can do tricks and all of that. And he's on the movie set. Really, he needs to be telling everybody what to do with the horse, like how they can interact with it and how the day is going to go so they can get this shoot done. It's a bunch of white people. They are asking him questions he doesn't know the answer to. He is sinking, falling. We see the anxiety like rising up in him. And then who comes to save the day? A lesbian, of course, a black lesbian, always there to save the day. Keke Palmer walks in. She's the brother of OJ, known as Emerald in this. That's her character. And Emerald comes in, she goes through the safety features. She's like, all right, and I'm going to be running the show, and this is what we need to do, and it's going to be a wonderful day. Also, I have 5 other talents, and I am for hire. And she totally puts the show on, gets everything in order, and it still doesn't go smoothly on set, but she did set it up well. She set it up well, and that was my favorite moment from Nope of Keke Palmer. Pimp, it's hard for me to find what I would say is a favorite moment of Keke Palmer playing this lesbian character Wednesday. But what was funny to me was so Keke Palmer as Wednesday is a terrible pimp, absolutely horrid. I mean, I guess that's what we can hope for in life, is that if you're going to be a pimp, you're not that great at it, because maybe you have like less abuse happening to the people around you, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. She's in the car with her new hoe, Destiny, who she thinks is going to change everything around. because of Wednesday's actions or skill or connections or management, not at all. Just because Destiny is hot and Destiny is like, I'm top bitch. Meanwhile, Haley is Wednesday's actual girlfriend, also part-time hoe, who is sitting in the front, and Destiny kindly lets her know she's top bitch and she don't sit in nobody's backseat. And Haley's like, because what you don't know is I'm the girlfriend, and Wednesday kindly takes Haley out of the car and says, what you gonna do is sit your ass in the back. That was such a flip the script moment.
Yeah.
That was my fave.
That was a great moment. I'm gonna have to second that as one of the great moments of Pimp. Okay, if I were to, and that's me being nice. I was not the biggest fan of Pimp, but I do think that there were some hilarious moments, that being one of them. All right, so but favorite moments or hilarious moments, I'll go for Nope first, for real, like talking about, and say favorite moment of Nope is kind of like the climax. We get to the point in the story where we understand that OJ and Emerald are trying to kill this alien that's in the cloud over their ranch, and like eating horses and people and all kind of stuff. It's an animal in the sky that wants their property or their land. And Emerald, Keke Palmer's character, once she became aware that there's this UFO in the sky, she was like, we have to capture it because that's like fucking dope, right?
Like with a camera.
Yeah, we have to photograph it, videotape it, do something so that way people know that this is real. And essentially Emerald is the person who captures that photo. Like, it's a crazy series of events that get us to the moment where she's able to snap the photo of the alien, but she is the person who's able to do it. And it kind of plays into the theme that like it was their great grandfather who was the black jockey who was the first person to ever be recorded on motion pictures. So like there's this whole parallel around like capturing things on motion picture or photos and whether or not they want to be captured. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird stuff. But just the fact that Keke Palmer, Emerald captured that photo, I was like, boom, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Woman crush every day.
Boom.
Favorite part of Pimp, I think that was a good one with the get in the back seat, Haley.
The get in the back.
That made me laugh. But you know, I thought about, I kind of want to give like an honorable mention to the scene with, that isn't Keke Palmer, but it's Keke Palmer as a kid, or Wednesday as a child, with her dad, DMX, who was played by DMX. I'm sorry, her dad wasn't DMX, but her dad was
played by
DMX.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was dope. I didn't know that DMX was going to be in this movie, but I feel like it had to be like one of his last films. So I think to see DMX playing this dad who's like, I really love my daughter, I want to instill in her the skills to survive out in this world and carry on the pimp torch. I'm a very successful pimp myself. You know, my daughter, she's sharp. She can pimp just like me one day.
She could not.
She was a terrible pimp. She was the worst pimp ever.
It was very clear she was raised by nobody.
Yeah. The nostalgia though, the scenes of nostalgia.
That was cute.
Was cute.
Yeah.
And I will give that my favorite scene as opposed to the credits. And I was going to say, oh, this movie's over. That's me. But it was tough.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. It was tough for me too. You know, I personally don't think who wrote this film should have been writing it. And I'm not sure what the motivation was. This was the worst pimp movie attempt at pimping I think I've ever seen.
Unless this was like a biopic and the author was actually Haley, and writing, and she used to be the pimp or like
the
hoe of Wednesday, and she knows what it was like. Yeah. But even then, I'm just like, if you knew what it was like, and this is the best way you could tell it, I'm still like, this is.
It makes me think of Hustle and Flow, though, because he was also a bad pimp. He wasn't making hella cash. It wasn't doing great, but he was still doing better than Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday was struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wednesday was having an off day every day.
Yeah. Her name should have been Off Day.
Off Day.
Yeah. Not Wednesday, Off Day.
Not pimping.
For real.
Who was your woman crush?
I mean, I feel like this is about Keke Palmer as a lesbian in both of these films.
Yeah.
I could say that I feel like Destiny could get an honorable mention, but I think I honestly, it was kind of cute to see Keke Palmer as a stud, like Keke Palmer as masculine presenting.
She had a cute look.
You know, the hair with the shaved sides. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I see you trying to mask it up. Did I buy it? No. But was it cute? I'll give you that. Yeah. It was cute.
I was feeling the hair. I was like, the haircut is cool. You know, the outfits weren't bad. Like, she looked good. It was everything else. It was the not pimping behavior.
Very unpimping.
I'd have to say, I think my woman crush, it's hard. Because my woman crush doesn't necessarily go to Emerald either. I do like Emerald until I realized that outside of like trying to get other gigs that are not a part of the family business, Emerald don't want to do shit. Emerald is lazy as fuck. So that was not hot. So I guess I have to give it to Wednesday.
That's fair. And if you're like choosing out of the two, like if it's like if I okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, Wednesday got it. You know what? I'm definitely gonna give my. I would if in that way, if in that binary, I would give it to Emerald, no doubt, and I would back it up with that scene when she was meeting Jupiter and was like, "Oh, you that little Asian kid from that movie we used to watch or that TV show." Funny. That shit was hilarious, and I just thought that was funny.
That was funny. Emerald was definitely somebody I would want to spend time with.
She was fun.
Like Wednesday, we're never gonna hang out. Ever.
I couldn't. Yeah. You nailed it. Couldn't be friends with Wednesday. Could be friends with Emerald.
Yeah, just wouldn't be business partners with her at all.
See, you're saying all the words. You're saying all the words. All right. So what can stay? What can go? Pimp and Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna start with. Let me just start with Pimp. Just get it. Mostly everything about Pimp can go.
That's my answer. So I don't know if I'll even answer this one. I'll just let you speak, and then if I'll think of other things to add,
if you want to put anything else on there,
I'll let you speak.
Pimp was not good. She wasn't pimping. The hoes that she had, not bad. They're not making money. I'm really trying to understand what she was providing as a pimp. Typically a pimp can do something, you know, I've never been pimped at that. That's not part of my life plan. That won't be happening to me. But from what I understand of the job, a pimp is supposed to provide protection, perhaps housing, perhaps drugs, perhaps mind manipulation, or
provide mind manipulation. That's funny.
Abuse, you know, things that make you want to keep hoeing. And Wednesday just really couldn't even get baby formula. Like, she really had nothing to provide.
Yeah, these hoes were taking care of her.
Yeah. The hoes were definitely taking care of her, and not very well, because they couldn't even take care of themselves.
And they needed a leader.
Yeah. So it was really, really sad that she was the chosen leader, because she had no lead bone. She just had hopes from, you know, her dad being great. So that can go. Yeah, that has to go. What could stay from Pimp is, it was funny. Mm-hmm. Unintentionally. What can go from Nope? I wasn't really mad at. What can go is Emerald being lazy. What can go is Emerald. There's a family business here, so you gonna be about it or you not. But you not just gonna show up and do a step and dance and then be like, all right, and now you got everything else from here, bro. Awesome. She was totally little sistering the game, and yeah, not in a good way. Not in a good way. Shout out to the good little sisters who actually be about their business. Thanks, Queen. But yeah, so that could go. But everything else really about Nope, I enjoyed, and I enjoyed her character. I think more lesbian photographers, it seems like we have enough of them and we maybe don't need any more, but obviously that's not true. We need more lesbian photographers out here, I guess. So that can stay.
That's funny. Okay, what can stay, what can go? Nope and Pimp. Starting with, well, I mean, pretty much everything you said for Pimp in terms of can stay and can go. Yeah, it was really hard for me to find the redeeming qualities of Pimp. And maybe, yeah, like if I had lived the life of a hoe or a failed pimp, that this would be like, yeah, this is my life. I know this story.
They keeping it real.
You know, yeah, maybe that can hit me, but it didn't hit me, and it was a tragedy too. So I feel like,
yeah,
never a big fan of the like sad lesbian tragedies, which this film definitely was. Yeah. That's all I got. What can stay, what can go for Nope. I think Nope even was like strange in a way, and I mean not in a way that I can't do strange. In fact, I will do strange. I will show up for strange. I will buy the ticket. But what can stay is the fact that we have this lesbian character. Boom. But, or even a woman loving woman character. I don't know if she's a lesbian. So I think that's a piece too that I'm trying to understand why why Emerald in Nope is, what was the point of introducing that part of her sexuality in the story? Like, I feel like we don't really go deep into what she likes, or I'm like, okay, she slept with her therapist or something like that, and it's just like
hit on one woman in the store.
Okay,
I want to come back to that though.
You know, it felt very much like, okay, so there's a piece that I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like how it's just not the topic. It's not like the main thing that we're focusing on. She's just being, and it's a part of the story. But then I also feel like, why are you telling us this if it's not a part of the story? This is a film. You like write it and make it up as it goes. Like, why are you telling us information that I can't see why it's relevant in any meaningful way?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just the being. I don't know. And maybe that goes into the queer canon a little bit, where it's just like, just being. This is a film where queer people can just be.
Yeah.
And they just are. And the end. But yeah, I didn't understand what the relevance was in Nope.
I agree that the relevance of her being queer wasn't present, and part of me likes that. Not to say that I didn't want more insight into her character and her queerness. I always do. But I do think making it so that any other character isn't just default straight, isn't just like perceived heterosexual, is something to continuously break.
That's real.
And so I like that. And then I also feel like, yeah, maybe that was the intention there, because there's nothing about the story that has anything to do with romantic partners at all. I mean, it's really just about Emerald and OJ. Like, it's a brother-sister story, and they are the central people. So yeah, I think that's it. I always want more queer background, but I also understand just like flipping that usual thing of like, oh, okay, well then nobody said they're queer, so they must be straight. And it's like, well then let's say she's queer.
Okay, so queer canon.
That was it.
That's
what I got.
You know, yeah. I think there's a piece
for
of
Nope,
me,
yeah,
that appreciates the background, but then is also trying to understand the impact of the background. You know, the impact of the I'm queer, but that doesn't drive the story. That's just a part of the world that we're in.
Yeah, it feels like commentary for the world rather than fuel for the story.
Yeah, yeah. I like the way you put that. That was dope. That was dope. And yeah, Pimp to me feels, in terms of queer canon, this is like, Pimp is what happens when you have a person who is not from the culture whatsoever tell a story on a very niche culture. Like, I think even if you were telling a story of Black culture, that's more mainstream than a story of lesbian pimp drug dealer. You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, what? Why this story? Why this story? Why were you the person to voice it and tell us what it is? So it feels like, I feel like I could never really get my feelings together on it because it doesn't feel real.
Yeah. I want to put some of this blame on Lee Daniels too, who
is a producer, like executive producer of this film.
And I suspect maybe one of the reasons that Keke Palmer was there, because around this same time, Keke Palmer was also on Lee Daniels' show Star. And I actually really liked her character on there. Pimp did not translate in the same way.
Oh my gosh, I would love to know what is the true story that's happening behind the scenes that made this movie happen.
Yeah,
because this, I have nothing but big question marks for Pimp.
Period.
But you know, it happened, and if you want to see Keke Palmer as a masculine presenting pimp. Which is, I would want to see that. If somebody came to me on the street, like, do you want to see that? Keke Palmer as a masculine pimp? Like, sure.
I mean, that's why I suggested
I think I do.
Watch it. And
then I'm like, no, I don't.
I learned I don't want to see that. Anyway, I really love Keke Palmer, and I'm sad that
all of this to say, we love Keke Palmer.
I really love Keke Palmer.
Really love
I
Keke
think
Palmer.
She does a great job in many of the things she does. I think her personality is stellar, and she makes for an amazing all-around show. You just gotta have a good script to work with, and I don't think Pimp was it. I don't think Pimp gave you what you needed. It was not the right painting colors. It was like already hardened clay.
Yeah. Nope gave us something for Keke Palmer as a woman-loving woman character, and thank you.
The dive to do the film shot, the slide in like a true softball player. I was here for it. Yeah.
Yes, you better let your flag fly.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Well, if you tapped into Nope or Pimp, and we would love to know what you thought of both of those films and just the idea of Keke Palmer as a woman-loving woman. Tap in with us and share your thoughts, and we love to hear those. So, yeah.
Well, until next time, peace.
Peace, y'all.